Hello, everyone. I am delighted to be here today with the wonderful Laura Muirhead talking about her book, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to My Life. And Laura, welcome.
Thank you so much, Karen. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Oh, we have journeyed through your life over the past year, bringing this book to life, and you have journeyed it a lifetime. But can you talk to our readers, our viewers, about we were having a conversation a few minutes ago about an amazing thing that you're doing in London soon, which is doing a beautiful talk. Can you talk to our readers about how you articulate your story and encapsulate it? Because you have experienced so much in your lifetime already to date, and so much more than a lot of people experience. But yet you're you and you embody you and what you do in the world. How is this Laura came to be?
Well, I had a relative when we were still working on the book ask me, how long has it taken you to write your book? And my answer was my whole life. It's taken me my whole life to write this book. And I have had a lot of unexpected twists and turns, funny things that happened on the way to my life. And um, they I, it's just the way you view them and the way you navigate those things and whether they're challenging things or really great positive things that happen, they're all unexpected, but they each come with their own set of challenges. And I've found throughout my life that they each also come with their own opportunity to learn and grow from them.
Yeah. They're all change, aren't they? Every one of them is a change that has to be navigated in life, and it requires a perspective and an attitude of, all right, let's embark on this and let's, navigate it. Because I think life could have been so different for you had you uh, walked towards those challenges or, got consumed by those challenges. A lot of your challenges would have brought people to their knees and they could have been defined by them for a lifetime, but you chose to move through them. And like this book is filled with so many stories. Like it was just like you what? What? Then there's another thing. What? How can somebody experience so many, defining moments in their life and yet still be you who's you out there doing wonderful things, sharing your story with the world to help others? Because that's why you wrote this book, isn't it, Laura?
It really is. It's been years since I've had the idea of wanting to write a book and wanting to tell my story. And I have actually held back for quite a while as well, because and there are reasons for that. You'll find out in when you read the book. But it really that was my main reason for wanting to put my stories out there, is to connect with people and to inspire them. Hopefully they'll, see something in at least one or more, maybe more of my stories that they can connect with, and they can say, oh my gosh, I maybe they had a similar situation, maybe their parents were divorced, or maybe they've gotten divorced a time or two. Maybe they can resonate with some of my business endeavors, or um, our house fire, or even, a lottery win or an unexpected relative that pops up. These are things that a lot of people have, experienced throughout their life, and I've had all of those.
You certainly have, and it always blows my mind whenever we have conversations. It's like, what? It's because there's so many things. But one of the things that I see in your story is courage, and this perspective of just embracing challenges, seeing the gifts in them and moving through them. That doesn't mean that it's not a shock. You have to process all of the things. There's all of that for you in your journey. But can I ask you, with writing your book and going through the process, Like I have watched you transform into this butterfly in front of my eyes in a very short period of time. Can you attribute some of that to showing up and sharing your story and having the courage to go out there? Because there's a lot of inhibitions that come with writing a story about your life, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with what you said. It so much has unfolded since I did agree. And I do look back and go, oh my gosh. I mean, I argued with myself for several years over putting this story out there and should I and shouldn't I? And I did contribute a chapter here and there to other books where it gave me a little bit of taste of putting it, part of my story out there. But I think that for me, authenticity
Mm.
is a big draw, push for me. I really feel like that is part of it. And by not telling my story, by holding that back, I did feel like I wasn't being completely true to myself, not completely authentic to myself. And it is amazing to me that I mean, even once we went and, we celebrated the cover reveal in New York City in Times Square with a billboard, which was a mind blowing, like unimaginable, honestly, unimaginable experience. And I feel like that as well was part of the journey of part of like, okay, we're here, we're celebrating it. It is moving forward. Like it's almost like you're on the train now. There's no stopping it. It's a runaway train. And since that time, and it's only been a few months, so many amazing things have unfolded even from that time to now. And so I'm really excited to see what comes next and what comes next after that. Yeah, I think there has been just such it has been amazing to me to be able to step into, and I do attribute a lot of that to working with you, because you were the right person for me to work with on telling this story and putting it out into the world. And that's a key to it as well, to being held in the right space for being able to tell your story and put it out into the world.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did journey and we did process, but you are the person who showed up and shared and was dedicated to it. And that's the thing, you have to dedicate yourself to the process. And like there is no shying away from a billboard in Times Square. It's like, hello world, I have arrived. But it's so inspiring for others to see you doing this, Laura. I'm sure people in your community are seeing this, but also people online because we've got global audiences with eyes on you. And it is inspiring for people to see you stepping up, honoring your story and sharing it with the world. And even from my own personal experience, when you have the courage to get up and share your story in a book, and that you can never foresee the opportunities and the doors that will open before you've said yes to that. But my goodness, does your courage not be rewarded? And I just see that for you. And you do have to be open armed about that. Deal with inhibitions at the beginning. Say, yes, but I'm doing this. So let's just go and I'm going to honor this process and show up for every part of it. And you have done that. You have showed up for your story every step of the way. So I want to commend you for that because that's why you're getting the results. That's why everything's in flow. And that's why, your story is going to reach the hearts and minds of people and it's going to just blow their socks off.
Thank you. I hope it does. But yeah, it is true. I, I I know you talk about the power of story all the time, and I am here to, witness. I'm testifying to it. There is an amazing power behind sharing your story and telling your story, and I see it, and I'm loving it. I love it every minute of it right now.
Yeah, you've experienced it, you've done it. We have to give a shout out to the wonderful Joanna Hunter, who connected us both. We both love and adore her, and you've journeyed with her for a long time. And she said she kind of led you my way that your story is going to make a difference in this world, Laura.
Yeah, I do. That's so grateful for Joanna and the journey that we've been on together, and of course connecting me with you. And we first started also in the in the Heroes Roar
Yes.
series as well, and so I'm excited for that. But they all paths lead to sharing your story,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
That's what it was, is that, you come into here ashore, it's such a connection. And then whenever you dip your toe in the waters of sharing a chapter and you go, oh, that feels good. That has impact. That has a ripple effect. And you were talking about a quote that I'm going to let you say, Laura, that's really profound for you, but is beautiful and very impactful for others. So I'd love you to share it.
Yeah, I made this graphic a couple years ago that and it said imagine when the ripples you create become waves.
Yeah.
And it actually has a little tagline on it that says start today.
If you're waiting for permission and you're watching this, there you go. There's your permission. Start today. Because honestly, if you take a positive step forward, a courageous step forward, it does create a ripple effect and that will become a wave because if you touch one life, you're touching everyone around them. And having an impact. And our world needs that. It needs us to share our stories because stories connect us, they heal us, they ignite things within us, and they just make our world a better place, I believe. That's, I think, the Irish in me. Laura, and you are a testament to this, honestly. Thank you for showing up for your story. We cannot wait to see what ripple and waves come from you showing up. But if you were to, think of your reader, think of your perfect reader, what would you like to say to them?
Oh my goodness. I just hope that you enjoy my stories. I hope they connect with you. I hope they inspire you. And I hope one of the big things that is um, part of what I learned is that when you are faced with challenges, I hope that you can look at them and find the gratitude in them because that is an absolute game changer.
Yeah,
And I talk about that as well in the book and how and why that changed my perspective on a huge challenge in my life.
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, kudos to you. And we cannot sign off without saying hello to your sidekick who is journeying with you and you're dragging him all around to New York, you're dragging him everywhere. So I give a shout out to Dan and say, hey.
Yeah, I mean, he is amazing. He's my husband Dan has used to, in fact, he years ago when I would talk about different things, he's like, you have to write a book. You have to write a book. You have to write a book. And I was like, one of these days, one of these days. And I knew for years that this was the title, that a funny thing happened on the way to my life was the title. But yeah, I am very grateful. Speaking of gratitude, very grateful for Dan and his support, and we will be I will be dragging him around the world this year on
On
different
your
tours.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, my
So
tours.
can you share with everyone where you guys are going to be?
We are going to be very soon, the end of March, beginning of April, we're going to be in London and Paris at the Women Changing the World conference. I'll be speaking there, and I am so grateful also to be nominated and actually a finalist in three categories of Women Changing the World. Thank you, Karen, for nominating me. So we'll be in London and Paris. But right before that, we'll be in New York with Karen for a few days at somebody else's book signing, but we'll be in New York. Then we will be in Australia visiting Karen in Perth and a book signing there. Uh, in Melbourne for the Able Book Awards. My book is nominated for that. And then we're going to top off the year with a trip back to New York and more billboards and more award ceremonies and
More
heroes.
stages.
Yeah, more stages, speaking opportunities, and celebrating with all the Heroes Roar authors. And I'm so excited for
And the
that. I don't
Stevie
know,
Awards as well.
the
Just
Stevie Awards. It's going to be amazing, and connecting, again, connecting with so many women last year in New York at the same time as it will be this year was just incredible. And the vibration and the energy and the connections, again, the connections that were made there with different women that I had never met before. I didn't know them. And now this is one of the things that has unfolded, is that the collaborations that we're having together that you don't expect. And like you said, I think that the power of story is so amazing. And when we're doing these things, and it just flows so easily and naturally, and like, again, I
and
am
it's
so grateful
fun.
for all of it. It is fun. It's really fun, and it's fun to support each other online. I mean, it's really fun, but it's a whole nother level to be able to support each other in person at all these different events, and I love it.
Perfect. Love it. So, guys, go and get your copy of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to My Life. And please come and share your views. Send us your selfies so that we can celebrate with Laura. And we would love to hear what resonated with you in this book, because there is so much to resonate with.
Oh, I can't get
An
it.
amazing, amazing story. It's going to just blow your socks off, honestly.
I can't
Really.
get it to come through right.
Put it in front of your
Okay.
face and then it should be fine. I'll see there. Ah,
It's
that's
just
so
me. It's just
funny.
part of me.
Thank you, Laura, for joining me today. You will see us popping up doing a few videos around lunchtime, and we cannot wait for this story to capture your hearts and minds and see what it ignites in your life. So thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Karen. I'm so excited.
Beautiful. Bye, everyone.